About the gallbladder is so tiny, it almost seems irrelevant. But 15 million women will develop gallbladder disease in their lifetime. And most of you think that you're fine, or you're going to blame the symptoms on something else. And that's the problem. So it all starts with this. See this little thing right here? That's what a gallstone looks like. Before the show, 4 lucky ladies also got a gallstone. Of course, they got it the easy way. We actually gave them one. So come on down. The 4 of you have gallstones. Come on, join me. You can all hold them all like this. We can see them all again. So gallstones come in different shapes and colors and flavors. We don't actually taste them. No. So what did you guys think you were holding before the segment?
A big rock.
Rock.
A rock.
Crystal or something.
Jewelry.
Yeah.
Doesn't shine enough.
Sure it was real.
Yeah.
So have any of you ever had gallstones?
No. My mom did.
Your mom did. Yeah. That's one of the risk factors, by the way.
Oh, no.
So let me show you how they form, because I want you to gain a new respect for what these gallstones can do to you. All right? Come on over here. It all starts, like a lot of things in the body, near the liver. So I'm talking about the area right in the upper right-hand side of your body where the gallstone is. And if I can show this little animation, it'll come alive to you pretty. So there's the rib cage over here. There's the liver, is this big orange thing. And there's the gallbladder. And there's the bile coming down through the gallbladder into the intestinal system. And that's important because you need it to digest your food. But the action is up here in the gallbladder itself. And you see this little bile, this fluid? Watch what happens. If you eat the wrong kinds of food, you form little stones in there. The problem is these stones can get stuck in that tube as it's coming through. So as the gallbladder tries to push the bile out, this green stuff, the stone gets stuck, blocks everything up, and you're in big trouble. That can cause infections. Come on up with me. It can cause, all kinds of discomfort, and it can mimic a lot of other problems inside the body. Which is why if you're going to get gallstones, you want to get them this way, with someone handing them to you inside your body. So these gallstones, I don't want anyone to lose them. I'm going to ask you to take a seat, because it's important information for you. I'm going to come back to you in a second. But they're not the only ones I know who've had a few of these. I want everyone to sit tight. My super smart executive producer had a gallbladder attack this summer and tried to brush it off as a little food poisoning. Well, here's a picture of the two of us just before her emergency gallbladder surgery. See how happy she looks? Don't worry, she was fine till now, but she did not know this was happening. Here she is in the control room. She, my friends, Amy waved everybody. Yes, you are the assistant of the day, so come on down, Amy. She's not a happy camper. She's not going to be happy with this. Come on. So much trouble. How much trouble am I in?
A lot. Too bad we have to fire the whole staff now.
Oh, the whole staff's fired just because of this little game? Come on over. Here are your purple gloves. You're going to enjoy this.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to get you down here for...
Yeah, I'm sure you have.
Do you ever feel sorry or sad for the assistants of the day have to come down here and be surprised like this?
I better not get covered with anything.
Yes, you're getting covered with something. That's part of the game. I'm not going to waste having you up here without covering you in something
Is this mine? Did you save it?
Your gallbladder was so diseased, it was like rotting tissue paper. Describe the pain, by the way.
It was horrible. It was like shooting all over. I mean, for me to call you, it has to be bad.
And her call, by the way, is, I think I ate the wrong thing several days ago. I've had gastroenteritis, stomach discomfort since then.
Then I was like, I think I have a bowel obstruction.
Yes. You diagnosed everything bad.
And when you say go to the hospital, I'm like, oh, it must be serious.
It was. Well, one of the thoughts that did cross my mind, for reasons we're about to discuss, is it could be a gallbladder problem. So let me show you what was going on. This is a normal gallbladder. See, it's a little bit greenish in color. Mm-hmm. Show everybody how thin that is and describe it.
Oh, it's super thin. It looks like a mushroom.
Are you hungry?
Shiitake mushroom?
Delicious. She's a great chef, by the way, Amy. All right, so hold that one up.
Yeah, that's what almost killed me.
That's right, the shiitake mushroom. Now look at the thickness of these two walls. Compare them to each other. Let's get those up on camera here. Look, can you see the difference in thickness? See how thick this one is?
It's really thick.
So you have a very different looking gallbladder. One is basically a scarred organ that's about to burst. And the other one is what it's supposed to look like, is elegant. It looks like moss on the inside, which is what it's supposed to be. It's a nice absorptive surface. So your gallbladder turned from an innocent gallbladder to this. And the question is, why did that happen? Why did your gallbladders turn on you?
Well, you let me know in an email.
Yes, I emailed you, but I'm not going to do it that way today. I'm going to actually show you. I've been thinking about this the entire summer. I've been waiting for this day, folks, for 5 years. 5 years to get this woman up here. Come on up here, Amy. All these diabolical things that she does. Get over here.
My gloves?
Follow me. Yes, keep the gloves on. All these crazy things. So, do you ever experience... Actually, let me take it back. Let's think about it a whole different way. What kinds of things made you feel that belly pain?
I thought it was work.
Did it always work?
Yeah. You, some other people upstairs.
Oh, you're here. All right, so when you had a low-fat meal versus a high-fat meal, would you sense any difference at all?
Well, I don't know, because I'd been on a low-fat diet, and then I was suddenly, it was a vacation, and you weren't around, and I was eating whatever I wanted.
Yes. All right. So,
I feel good.
Actually, losing weight is one of the things that causes gallstones because when it's really fast, because we rapidly change what's in our bile. So let's say you had what you would never do, but let's say you had grilled chicken and whole grain rice. Healthy meal.
Maybe once a
Okay,
week.
this is your gallbladder. This is the intestinal system. So go ahead and pour the bile inside the gallbladder. The low-fat meal makes the right kind of bile. See, it's nice and green, and it's fluidy. It flows. And pour the whole thing in there. Good. All right, now, what ends up happening is the bile collects through there. It goes through this duct and into the intestinal system, which is what's supposed to happen. Now, what happens if you don't eat the right foods? Take that high-fat food. Right, toss that in there. Now, the high-fat food, it doesn't actually cooperate as nicely as the nice low-fat food.
This is the burrito I had yesterday?
This is yesterday's burrito. Is that what you had yesterday?
Mm-hmm. I don't have a gallbladder.
They can do anything you want now. She's
fine.
innocent. That's right. She gets away with murder, literally. All right. Now what ends up happening is you get these equivalents of gallstones. They start to form inside this fluid. And those materials, they will actually start to clog. Oh, pull that down.
I got that.
They'll actually, thank goodness you're helping finally. They'll actually clog up with these stones. You see them getting in there? See the stone there? And it blocks over the tube. So instead of coming out the way it's supposed to come out, go ahead and come over here and squeeze this down now as hard as you can. Squeeze that as hard as you can. Squeeze, 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 squeeze.
Is this why I was throwing up?
No, let go. Oh, then all of a sudden it'll go, then it'll come, go on, squeeze again, and all of a sudden, and yeah.
That's
and this is
fun.
what ends up happening. And your gallbladder starts to go like this, and it spews itself all over the place.
I don't think there was spewing.
No, it would have spewed if we hadn't gotten to it in time.
All right.
So that spewing actually spreads the junk all over your intestinal cavity, which is why it's risky. And that causes the pain. The nausea, of course, is the gallbladder getting distended, telling your body, I can't stand this anymore. I can't stand Oz. I can't stand people around me. I can't stand my husband, the food, anything. It all becomes miserable, and you end up with this gallbladder issue. So take off those slimy gloves right now. We're going to talk about who's at risk. And I've got my 4 assistants to help us with this. Come on over here. So I want you each to show us. We're going to go in order. These are the 4 risk factors I want everyone to remember. There are only 4 big ones. It's called the 4 Fs, because they all start with F. Are we ready?
Yes.
All right. The first F is, drum roll, being a female. You can't change that, usually. So that's a risk factor, in part because of the hormones that are in your body. The second risk factor is a full figure.
That's not the F you emailed me.
No. There's a different F that also
In fact, you
applies.
emailed my husband that F. I was very appreciative of that. Thank you. He called me fat.
I didn't think you were reading your emails. You're in the hospital.
I saw it.
And then the third F is 40 plus. As you get past the age of 40, your hormones begin to shift even more rapidly, and that change causes, that's why rapid weight loss actually leads to gallstones. And the last F is fertile, which you are because she had a child last year while she was supposed to be working.
I'm like, do you know something?
No. Right back, everybody.
Up next, the fun continues. Dr. Oz is snapping his own selfie. Now it's your turn.
If you recognize yourself, please raise your hand. That was you.
What does your photo say about you?
I literally see the sparkle in my eyes.
I like that I'm natural, and that's who I am.
As I'm getting older, I feel like I am getting a little more critical.
You'll be surprised what it can say about your health.
No makeup, just you.
And later, these dogs have a lot to teach us about memory loss.
These are temporary causes of memory loss.
Find out what it is.